Okay, so here's just a quick video of what I've done so far, and the system's mostly up and running and mostly cable managed. There's still a couple loose ones hanging around there. Now, if you take a look, it doesn't look like I've got much going on other than my desktop and monitors, but mostly squared away. Now, let's take a look behind the scenes. You've got one power outlet, and that feeds into an 8-gang power strip, but you only see 2 of those in use. This is a 12-volt power supply and an Anker 65-watt charger. So if you look a little deeper, I'm going to need to get a light for that. I'll just repurpose this fella. Okay, so here we've got a whole bunch of corrugated tubing, and if you look behind my PC, we have not one but 2 sets of motherboard I/O. The top one being for an ITX build, and that's going to be running a Proxmox and TrueNAS scale server soon, and the other one being my main system. Now, if you follow the cables, that goes up and over, and there you have the cables for the microphone along with the camera. If you take a look over here, we have not one but 2 19-inch server rack mounts, and these are 3U. And for the bottom shelf of this rack mount, we have a tray, a system tray, and for the top shelf, we have I believe a 10-port PDU. I'm just gonna flip back over to the front. Okay. Yeah. I think that's a 10-port PDU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, it's more. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12 ports. Okay. 12 ports, 8 of them currently in use. And I made sure to label all of them apart from this white cable, which goes to my Apple 95-watt power brick. Now, relatively clean up here. Protected, a covered power switch so I don't accidentally shut everything off. And room for plenty of activities. It's a little bit messy in here because unlike a lot of YouTube videos where they show you these beautifully clean setups that have absolutely no cables, I actually use this 24/7, so it needs to be function as much as beauty, I suppose. So here I've got my KVM. It's just for switching my keyboard between multiple devices, 4 to be exact. 2 being my desktop, 2 being to my tower PC. If it'll focus. So 2 cables coming out of this go to one to the server, one to my actual desktop machine, and another one from this goes to my laptop, and I have another one hanging out near where my laptop is in case I need to plug it into another end device. And we have all these. Now you'll notice that all my cables, a solid 99% of my cables, are all labeled with now it's not quite standardized, but it is as close as I could get it for my purposes to the ANSI TIA 606-B. So here we have ACPW-1. Okay, so I'll quickly explain what this means. That's AC power, and that's a 1 millimeter core, conductor diameter, and it's a 1 meter long cable, and it's number 00. If I go to the next one, it's very similar, except this one is 01. So it's labeled at both ends and on both sides, just for comfortability of reading. And yeah, that's about it for the fun stuff. On the front, I've got my audio interface here for the second microphone. Now, the whole system is designed to be as flexible as possible. Please ignore this. I meant to cable manage that earlier. So the whole system is designed to be as flexible as possible. In theory, 2 people could work on it at the same time. Each one of these displays has 2 outputs, 1 display port, 1 HDMI. The HDMIs terminate right here. Sorry, you couldn't see that. Right here underneath the table. So you could pull that out. I could pull that out, plug that into my laptop, use my laptop here, use my desktop there, and just switch the input. Pretty simple. And pretty neat too, if I don't say so myself. Now you see on this side we have a whole bunch of, this is pretty hard to do, we have a whole bunch of these. These are USB type A extenders. I think this one's 3 meters. Essentially what it allows me to do is with these Arca Swiss mounts, I can swap them for just about anything. So I could put my webcam there, I could put this video light there and have it charge up while it's running. I could do a whole bunch of things. So I could put just about anything camera related on these guys. And I have a more heavy duty one for the mirrorless camera up here. Totally worth the price. Absolutely love it. It's probably, I tried to use a regular stand like this to hold it up, but that just was not happening. I was cranking it down as far as I could, borderline stripping the screws, and it still couldn't hold this guy up. But this does the job. If I remember to, I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, oh, this is another interesting part. So all the devices that I use on a daily basis, they all use magnetic heads for charging. I'm just gonna grab these. So here we have a bundle of them. So these are some of the magnetic chargers, if that'll focus. Yeah, so these are just a bunch of the magnetic chargers, and you're probably wondering why they're up here. Surely it would be more convenient to run them down there like so. Yes, it is a little, it's I did try this for a very long time to run them like so, and more magnets on magnets. And essentially I would pick them up from here, from the other side of the desk, pull them over, use them, and then put them back. And that works pretty well. But I will say I've found it's much more visually appealing to not have this ×5 or 8 hanging down underneath the desk, and to have it all inside this corrugated PVC housing, and just, hang it off there. I'll find a better home for it, but hang it off the back of the monitor arms like so. Of course, I grab one of these, I plug it into, I just plop it down next to there, don't even have to look, and it will charge the camera. Same goes for the video light and many other things. What else do we have? So, second microphone. If I wanted to run a little podcast with another person, I could work. It's more of it's like a leftover. I used to use this microphone, and I don't anymore ever since I got the Deity 70 VO2, I think. I could be butchering that, but this I prefer much more. Okay, that's about it. As you can see, little magnetic puck on all these devices makes things a little easier charging wise. It also protects the ports from getting dust in there. Pretty functional. I have future plans for what I'm going to do with the rest of this. As you can see, that's the second 19-inch rack that's mounted to the bottom of the desk there. I think I've been planning that this is going to be the network side of things. It is going to be a little interesting given that, so this cable raceway on the far right is totally full. So it's going to be interesting finagling cables around from here that'll go into the desktop and other devices and such, but I'll figure some way around that. So this is, I was planning to use this as the network rack, essentially, and possibly even a short depth server rack, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it gives you some nice ideas for what to do with your setup.